Okay, so the car's out of paint. Fenders need to be done, but we had to roll them. These are brand new 33 fenders. This one feels like it's rolled more than the other one. I think it is. No, 100% not. So, what else we had to do was some shit to this hood.
Still have to.
We had to drill a hole. We had to drill how many? Five? Five holes we have to drill in it to use the N1 hood lip. The underside of this hood needs to be buffed. Damn, all that tape's still sticky. Needs to be completely buffed, and you get the job of drilling it and painting it. How you drill it from underneath?
No.
Oh, okay. Turn it over.
I just wanted to take the grid off.
But it's time. Skirts are painted. We're gonna keep the car kind of apart, fender door wise, until the engine's at least in, right?
Yep.
Just put the engine in, trans in, and then put everything on?
Yep.
But here it is. We got some flat black fenders and glossy black car. Ah! You ready?
Nope.
Hold on, I got a dual wheeled.
I'll do this one first.
So if you don't know, this would cost me $30,000.
It'll just...
We're about to, we're using it as a shelf. It's holding a bunch of stuff. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Drill a hole.
Backwards or forwards?
Reverse thread it. Oh my God, it's probably too big of a drill bit. How'd you size that drill bit?
Perfectly.
This dude.
I'm drilling my finger.
Worth it. If there's not blood on this hood when you're done, you didn't do it right.
Oh, we're going through.
This sucks.
Ready? Perfect size.
Didn't we have a problem doing it the perfect size? Because like if their holes aren't perfect, you can't get them in when it's the perfect size?
On the 32 ones.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just have a little bit of movement.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the 32 ones don't move. So Peter drills all the hoods for the N1 hood lip. You'll see one there. There's one here. So on 32s, this is N1 hood lip. This car's just dusty. Ignore it. There's one there. We got like 5 of them in the shop. So, but the 33 is slotted. So you'll see here, that moves. Slotted slightly.
Yeah.
You get about 1/8 inch of movement, it looks like.
Quite a bit, honestly.
Yeah, it is. So I'm not going to watch the rest of them, but the hood's getting drilled and then it's getting painted. Sick. Is that the first $30,000 hood you've ever drilled?
Nah. Second.
Second?
Yeah. No. That's the first one.
Good something. We are here in this plastic hell. And I need to do this for multiple reasons. Will you get a light? Get Alan's light off his toolbox. So what I want to do is show the condition of the underside of my 33 before we chip guard the entire thing, which is what we're doing. Which everyone frowns upon, but I just hate the seam. So, super clean frame rails, pinch welds. I'm gonna try to show it as best I can here. Little uptick there, and then in the back, all beautiful. And this is pre-prep. Oh my gosh. So you can see where we oversprayed into the wheel well, and then we'll scuff that, and then we'll shoot in there. You can see a little surfacey stuff there that'll all be removed. That's easy to take off, right? It's just like
it's just surface, nothing.
Nothing bad here.
Car's mint.
Car is literally mint. So I just want to show this. We have painted the entire exterior, which I'll show later. Actually, right now, turn that off. I'll show you the most important piece that was painted. That's been completed, and in the next video, when I don't know the order, I'm just filming this stuff. I haven't edited any of it, but when it all goes up, you'll see the engine. I'm not gonna get too close, but brand new fenders and the 400R hood. This is freshly painted. I'm not gonna get too close to it. I don't mind the fenders too much, but I'm not trying to do a ton on the hood. So it's getting close, boys. We are roughly, I would assume, 2 to 3 weeks, and it's the beginning of March right now, to where I'm hoping by April 1st, April 15th, before May 1st was always my goal. So that's when the weather really gets good, the roads are really clear, you don't get a bunch of rock chips. We'll be able to put this in. And that's happening, the OS triple disc is going in, so that's super cool. Stoked. This engine should be in tomorrow. Did we agree on that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, like I showed you or told you, we were gonna undercoat the car. It looks way better than I thought. Oh shit, you can't see anything. Well, there you go. So I was concerned it was gonna look doctored, like it was rusty and someone was trying to hide it. But honestly, it looks like how Nissan would have done it if they weren't being cheap. That's the best way to describe it. Hold on. How do I do this again? So, wheel wells are all good. It's got a light texture. It's actually still a little tacky. It's got a lighter texture than the front. We sprayed it with a different gun. And it's still got like wet spots. That's why it looks dull in places and then shinier in places. It's still a little tacky. But it looks awesome. It's going to protect the car. He cleaned it super good. The only thing we left was the original undercoating. So in a couple places you can kind of, like here, see the original. So there was none here. And then there was some original stuff here. But I love it. Tape this off. I don't know why I did that. It was just so we didn't get anything on the rubber boot or anything. But I like that. And it's all the way until the bay paint or the undercoating in the wheel well. So this will protect the pinch welds, protect the frame rails. It will protect from rocks and all that bullshit, and it just looks way more uniform. The worst thing is when you can see into the wheel well and you see this like right here, usually this dusty, shitty looking area. So I'm stoked on this. I was really concerned because I would frown upon an undercoated car, but because I've documented it, it's my car and I know, it doesn't bother me at all anymore. So soon we'll get to unwrap that, show you the paint, show you the engine, and make them one again. So good. So from the backside, I will show you a secret that I don't like to expose. Those are GK Tech urethane bushings. I do that to isolate the diff because if you do solid diff mounts, it sucks. And GK Tech is fine for that. It's going in. Nismo lug studs, forgot those. New wheel bearings, new Nismo lug studs. Oh my God. New dust shields that we had to modify and powder coat. This thing's brand fucking new. So good. All right, it's time. It's the most fun time. My favorite part of this car, something we don't get to do too often here in the shop at all, and that's install really cool brakes. So we've got my HKS rears. These are 4-piston rears. This is the Racing 4, and the front is a Racing 6, which we'll show when the front goes on. But they have this like chalky, I don't know what you'd call it. It is shiny. It looks textured, but it's not. It's the craziest thing. I mean, it's kind of textured, I guess.
Cerakote.
It does. It looks like a Cerakote. These are sick, and the only reason I got them is because of this right here. They're not the best brakes. They're not the most amazing brakes. I don't think I even need that, but they are the coolest, and no one's running them. So everyone runs the R35 brakes. Few people run the endless. Not a ton of people run the HKS endless. So forget rear size. I think it's 355 rear, 370 front rotor. So pretty big. Don't think they fit under 17s, but I will try it because I am curious. And then we're also installing the HKS limited edition Hypermax GT fucking Max 5. Why do they have so many words? They're really cool. They got a helper spring. This seemed like nicer than the average HKS ones. They were insanely tight. What the fuck happened there? That must have been fucking Alan trying to muster up the strength to break them free. Anyway, they come with bolts, spacers, all types of stuff. But the biggest thing, did I film the rear subframe in?
No.
Well, the biggest thing is the rear subframe's in, and that's cool. So this is just hanging right now. You can see all the nice, pretty hardware and the filler neck and the undercoating, the Z-Tune bracing, everything powder coated and cleaned up and vapor blasted. This car is like fucking brand new. It's so good. It's so good. So we'll throw the rear rotors on, throw the coilovers on, then we'll throw the caliper on. Then the sway bar has to go on. Right now the sway bar, there's too much droop to connect the sway bar. This is so sick. I got a little ahead of myself, and I don't know if this makes sense to do it, but I'm gonna film the other side going in because I just wanted to put these the fuck on. They look so sick. So what we have here is the HKS limited edition fucking XV GT something or other, and then we got the HKS caliper. Fuck. Now we're gonna throw the wheel on. They could be a little bigger. These are 332 in the rear, but oh shit. But it's all worth it to see that HKS back there. I really wish they made a 355 rear. Kind of dumb, but I also shouldn't talk shit because HKS probably knows what the fuck they're doing. The fronts are 370, so another 40 millimeters over those, which an inch on the top, an inch on the bottom. It's crazy. So yeah, the rear's kind of done. Just want to show this view how bad this car looks. We have like one wheel, brake, and coilover on. No doors, glass, front end, and then this. Shit, I got my white shit all the way up. White balance or ISO. What is that? So flat black bay, gloss black exterior, obviously. As of right now, black LMGT4s. We are going to change from the Nismo factory style arms to the new adjustable ones they sell. I'm going to do toe and camber, and I'll just dial this in. I want this size tire. If I just have to add a little bit of camber, that won't kill me. This thing's going to be insane though. Take it in. We also just got the Nismo adjustable toe arms in because of my camber issue, which I think you can see right there. And shit. And now we're waiting for just the upper camber arms. Be able to dial that rear fitment. Waiting for Larson to come, wet sand, and detail the whole car because we can't put trim and glass in or we won't be able to get to the edge. This car is fresh out of the booth, hasn't been touched with anything. It's got a little dust on it, etc., etc. So we're trying not to touch it, but honestly now is the time to touch it. Touch shit out of it, scratch it, whatever. Larson's gonna correct the whole car and then coat it, etc., etc. You know, once it's good, we're gonna PPF it. So the longer this sits not touched, the better. He'll do like a quick sand and denib. That will let it gas out more because it actually opens the pores on the top of the clear. And then we'll do a final correction and PPF after everything's said and done. But we need to get that initial one done so we can put all the trim in because it's a messy process. And if you're sitting here buffing the car, you'll be spraying compound into it and stuff. So we're gonna have to tape it, sand it, do a little bit of buffing around the edges, put all the trim and glass in, and then do the final one. Not fun. Exciting stuff today. We've got some parts back from Powder Coat that I have to show. One is a little extra, but it just looked so shitty in there. We got the dash bar powder coated black. I have actually zinced one of these. It's right here. The zinc is cool, it just takes too long, and once again, it's not something you're gonna see, but this is a zinced 32 dash bar right here. So now that that's in, my dash can go back in, and we've got the final piece to put the engine in. Did you find that? Dude steps over the dash with his fucking 2 foot long legs. He almost clipped it. So we've got the heater core pipe. This is usually just like a chalky gray, but I did it black to blend. And it looks really good through this plastic too. That's a good shot. Check it out, guys. So that has to go on. Got the new heater core on. Look at those nipples. Those are nice nipples right there. Nice and white. Not dusted like the other ones. What color were the other ones? Like orange? Yeah, they're fucking orange.
Gray, brown.
Yeah, those are bad. So we got the new nipples on the new heater core, which go well with the nice new master. He's gonna put that coolant pipe on with, do you have that metal pipe?
Yeah.
I bought a metal pipe. Usually it comes with this plastic pipe, which I'll be honest, there's a part of me that wants to use this because it matches those nipples, but I got a metal one. I think Countersteer sells them. So we got a metal one, and I saved the little rubber piece that like isolates it from the frame or from the firewall. So we'll put all that together, and then the engine can go in. That's exciting because then the car can roll, and then I can take it off the lift, start installing all the panels that need to be installed, get it all sanded and prepped and nice. We're moving. Dash is back in, but little Alan fucked up and forgot to put my Wend Lab gauge in the car. So if you remember from the 400R, we got the Wend Lab. Oh, what would you call it? A can gauge?
Yeah.
can gauge. So it tells you ethanol content boost, wideband. It gives you all those. I would usually just keep it on ethanol when I want to see it and have it actually be a clock when it's not an ethanol. I asked him to set it up to look like the Nismo gauges because he can do that, and he'll match the rest of the stuff. That's a super cool piece. If you have an R32, 33, or 34, I don't know if he makes 34 ones yet, but if you have a 32 or 33, you don't have a Wen lab gauge, you're kind of fucking up. Okay, it's almost time. We're right there, and we're just gonna save it for tomorrow. This dude wearing the best shirt I ever dropped. Look at this. Here, pussy. One piece that I almost forgot is the HKS Kansai transmission subframe bushing. So I have factory brand new bushings. They're pretty cool. And I wouldn't normally recommend doing solid bushings on anything, but it does have a rubber isolated mount. So basically this is just gonna hard mount the subframe, but the trans will still be isolated, which is very important. Kind of here, like I can, those are free, so those, put some nuts on those, go up a little bit more, we're good. This is good. Okay, it's tight-ish. So what do we have to go up more, or what do you want to do? Or do you just suck it in?
I'm good. I tighten up the front, pull the back up. I just gotta get these on there and
Or Gucci. This is a long time coming. Engine's in the 33. This is so sick. Still a lot of work to do.
A lot of work.
But it looks like for YouTube, it's done.
Yeah, it's close.
Done.
Not far off.
Lot of button up fucking fun. But it's sick. And I don't regret not using this color now that I see it. That gray sucks in black.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Look, it looks like someone took a fucking a flat disc to that thing with those like curved.
Yeah.
Those are bad. So I've got to take the valve covers off. We've got to get them modified, powder coated, and put back on. But we want to put the engine in first. We want to make it more difficult.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, even at your height, I was gonna say like handicapped height. At this height, you could get to everything.
Yeah, it's nice with no wheels on.
Yeah.
Right on the ground. Yeah, it's not that bad to do. Honestly.
This is sick. Getting close. We were having some camber issues, and we couldn't get past the stock camber, so we got the new Nismo adjustable arms. I believe, and I'm just gonna say it, these are made by SPL, which shout out to SPL for getting an account like Nismo. Those dudes are homies, and that's a fucking sick thing to get their products white labeled. It's white label, right? White labeled by Nismo, meaning another company builds it, Nismo throws their name on it, and uses some colors that coincide with Nismo. But that is so cool to see an American Texas suspension arm shop get an account like Nismo that I've been dealing with for 10 years. So shout out to SPL. Anyway, we're gonna throw those on, try to dial the camber a little bit, and my goal today, besides all the other things we're doing, is to hopefully get this thing off the lift a little bit. What do you think? Think it's doable?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, let's see. Unexciting stuff. My least favorite person's here. Look at him. Least favorite. He's my least favorite because of his attitude. No, he's my least favorite because he fucks all my shit up. So this is what an untouched by Larson quarter panel looks like. You know, you're killing everyone with this.
It's gonna be matte, no gloss.
Just like the bay. He's trying to match the bay. So instead of just doing a D-nib, buff, whatever, he's gonna hit it with what, 1,000 whole car?
A hard block 1,000 to crack it open, and then maybe we'll go to 800 later on.
So you're gonna go 1,000 then 800?
Just to crack it open.
Just crack it. So you gotta let it gas out. You don't want to do anything. This car will be completely PPF. The entire car from dick to tip.
Dick to nuts. Nut to butt.
So yeah, full PPF. But we have to make sure it gas is out, and the only way to do that is to open the exterior coating. It's been a while since I updated, and the engine's in. I don't know if I showed that. I don't know where the hell I'm at. Intercooler's on. We've got the engine in. We've got all the Nismo arms, the HKS coilovers, Nismo upper arm, 34 stuff. Look at all this. It's just beautiful. Let me crank that up. Got the Mines front pipe, the R34 6-speed, the drive shaft, which will be changed. I got the SuperTech carbon one coming for this and for the 400R. And then in the back, we've got all the Nismo arms, including these two adjustable. These are the like factory replacement ones with the Z-Tune bracing. The Greddy diff cover here. We put some R34 bracketry in here so we can mount an R34 diffuser. Rebuilt the Atessa stuff, made that look fairly pretty. And then we've got the HKS brakes, which you'll see at a later time. Nismo subframe bushings, which are solid. The fuel tank's all redone. And I got to show you guys the outside because that's the worst part. The outside of the car is flat black. Something happened with the gun and Peter painted it flat for some reason. Now it's actually just sanded really just to like let it gas out and to do a bunch of stuff there, whatever that is, but that'll be fixed shortly. And the car's close. Actually, can you go down? I'll show them the top.
Yeah.
Look at those Nissan horns. Brand new. Look at that Nismo. Damn. The more this shows, the more excited I am. So the oil cooler lines have been made. Luckily, we did this once before. I've got the Nismo oil cooler there. Let me just move this plastic. Look at those HKS brakes. God damn. We've got something special for this side that changed, but let me lower this. On this side, fuel lines need to be done. The oil filter relocation kit is dialed. Did you figure out the catch can stuff? Like, did you slot that or no?
No, I haven't slotted it yet.
Okay. Yeah, so here it is. This is the bay as of right now. Something we've never done in the past, and I took the risk personally, was vapor blasting the ABS unit. Kind of scary, but it looks so sick. So here's where we're at. Nismo radiator's in, new fan clutch, new fan shroud, all HKS pulleys. This thing is fucking sick. I also did the billet brake line clamps underneath and on top. I don't really love them, if I'm being honest, but the other one's yellow and look like shit, so it's whatever. Do we have any of the other ones, by the way?
New ones?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We might need some. So here's the paint just dusted. Like I said, he opened up the pores and let it gas out and do everything it's going to do and harden because it was too soft to really mess with. And it's a crazy sight to see it like this. It's fucking disgusting. But I just saw him do it with another car of mine and it'll be fine. So anyway, that's the update on the 33. We'll film more as it gets closer. Back on the R33, and we've got everything going. I just want to shout somebody out, even though they didn't pay me to do so. I'm going straight Colette spec, neochrome. These are the axle nuts, and I wanted to do something a little different, just because they always look grimy, and I don't run center caps. But can we just take a look at this? How fucking good is that? I usually don't like this stuff, but these little touches are okay, and they're crazy light. Crazy. We need to chase those threads on the axles just to ensure we're good.
Yeah, for sure.
But SuperTech makes these. They also gave us this that I believe is to replace the cotter pin. So you actually have titanium bolts to replace the cotter pin. This place is a mess. So much shit is going on, but we are still grinding on 33. The goal today is to make it roll. That's it. Holy shit. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. This is probably the most exciting part of the build for me. What you just saw is the HKS Heritage carbon fiber inlet stuff. I don't know what they call it. They call it the Advanced Heritage. This is actually for an R32, and it has been modified to fit a 3334. So today we'll be installing this into my 33, and it is the cherry on top for the build. So we'll be installing the final piece, which is the carbon inlet kit. It's everything. It is everything on the turbo side. You got your intercooler piping, upper intakes, airbox, It comes with R35 maps. We'll be removing those and putting a delete on them. This is the, look how sick this is. This is that transitional piece.
Yeah.
So sick. This one's good. What's crazy on other ones, I think this is probably for the airbox. These are carbon. These are like laser cut carbon brackets. Pretty gnarly. So this is going to be a bit of a puzzle. We'll see how it goes. And like I said, it's for a 32. A lot of the kit we won't be using, such as this, and some other things we saw. That's all blow-off valve stuff, and we have that super sequential mounted up high, which I'm certain I'm going to have to change the spring on. But yeah, this is the goal today, is to get this gnarly kit installed. So let's get at it. Alan, we're going to have to do something about these pipes. That sucks. Cap all these.
Yeah.
This is all blow-off valve, blow-off valve, blow-off valve, blow-off valve, blow-off valve. But that's okay, because I think at the end of the day, you'll barely see all that once that this snake setup is in there.
I think they face like the inside or down towards the bottom of the car, so you really don't notice them.
About an hour in, and this obviously isn't made for this chassis. So far, we've got the intake air box set up pretty close. I just got to dial some stuff. It's really weird to me that HKS uses like a browner stuff here, and then this is like grayer. I came to the conclusion I don't love where the HKS pipe runs. So first, I'll show you. This is the HKS pipe. It runs like this basically, and I do like how tight it fits to the airbox, but I don't like how far it is from the engine. So what we're trying to do now is we're going to try to mount the airbox, and then I've got the Nismo pipe, which is what I was originally going to use, and that is going to go more like this. So it doesn't get as close to the airbox, which I don't think is a big deal, but it is closer to the valve cover. How was this? Like this, kind of?
I think it's like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and I think that looks better. I mean, there's a little gappage here, but I'd rather have gap here than this thing be all the way over here and see all this gross shit. So we're just playing with the two options. All right, here it is with the Nismo pipe. We've got to do some modifications, and I threw my HKS Tokyo carbon bar on, which this is an OG bar, 434. OGs, no. They made it for the Supra, the JZX 100, and I think 3334. And I don't give a fuck about purple stuff. I'm not a big fan. It reminds me of Australian parts, which I don't love, but HKS, I would say, did it first. And to prove that, I've got this HKS oil cap, which in the catalog dates back to, I think, 94, 95. This is an old one. Hold on. So here it is, the Gen 1 HKS cap. These aren't even my valve covers that I'm going to be running, but damn, with that little HKS cam gear in there, too bad you can't see that. I don't know. I would actually need two of these because my coolant overflow possesses a cap hole, and I don't really want them to not match, but maybe I'd be okay with it. Put in the comments what you guys think of the weird style that I'm doing on here, because you'll never catch me doing purple shit. But this stuff is so OG that it's like, it looks great too. I'm not saying like I'm compromising my style. This shit looks great. The problem is when people start like faking this, and what I mean by that is anodizing shit that's not HKS purple to get weird shit to match. If you can get it to match by buying the correct stuff, I'm all for it. But if you have to buy like this in purple and like, you know, this anodized purple, this purple, it just starts to get hella whack. So I think this is the style I'm going for, at least for now. And when I get sick of it, maybe I'll change it up. Anyway, here's what's up with the intake. I like this a lot more. We're going to do some modifications to actually get this to rotate a hair and bring that intake up. But this is actually the Nismo pipe, the Nismo turbo outlet pieces, and then this intermediate pipe. And now that I think about it, Alan, what are the chances we could use those turbo outlet pieces with the HKS pipe?
It's too short.
Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. This is an exciting one. We've got the valve covers back from powder, and I did something a little different than I normally do. Wrinkle black. Just kidding, I always do wrinkle black. What we did do is we powder coated the raised parts white so they stand out. Got the oil cap, got that thing all down, and we even got the front cover done in the white raised. Came out a little worse, I'd say, than the other parts because it gets pretty tight in here, but I like it. It matches beautifully with the Nismo plenum. The catch can came back. Alan, don't put anything on that catch can. I do not want it to be scratched. And what we have is the ARC catch can with the breather. We converted this to a coolant overflow. You'll notice that barb down there. That is so this can be used for a coolant overflow instead of a windshield washer fucking thing. Once the engine's sealed, we've got Peter over here getting ready to matte clear all the carbon. And this is an important step. I don't want this stuff glossy and looking like Cybon made it. So the intakes, intercooler pipe, that's Nismo, HKS airbox, taped off where the badge goes. Where the fuck is it? Right there. And then the other intake and the HKS strut bar. How was the condition of this when you were sanding it?
It was all pretty good.
Yeah. What else is left?
Put it all together.
That's, I mean, like, that's it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just a final assembly here. Bleed brakes, bleed clutch, fluids.
Yep. Make sure that the oil cooler clears the bumper.
Yeah, that's a spicy one. So these was everything black except for the bracketry?
Yeah.
Yeah, so all this stuff was black, but all these brackets we had powder coated, and this one isn't mounted yet because we want to see how it lines up with the bumper. We can move this in or out because my tires are so wide that it was getting very close. Even all the way on the ground, it was close, right?
Yeah.
It was a little better, but
Yeah, it gets a little sketchy.
yeah, for sure. Got those HKS couplers. So it's the next day, and weirdly enough, this matte clear actually doesn't get matte until it's cured for 24 hours. So we still have some stuff drying on the hood a little bit. It looks a little inconsistent right now, but the I think it's just because it's such a big spot. But the other stuff is cured. So check this out: the Garage Defend cooling panel, the piping, the airbox. It all looks so much more matching, I guess is the word. I don't know how you'd say that. It matches so much better now. What was crazy was the colors were wrong. And what I believe that was just maybe different curing processes in the gel coat, who knows, but all of these colors, all of these pieces are the same color now. They're that matte grayish carbon shown here. Everything looks like that. So let's show you that. That. So these were like yellower. This was closer to the Nismo pipe. And then sometimes these Nismo pipes are really brownish yellow. They all match now, which is super cool. The underside of the 400R hood being carbon matches. And the only thing we got a little reaction on was this strut bar. I think you can potentially see it. There's a couple little dots here. What we're gonna do, sand this clear to like level it and then try to re-clear it. This is the final piece to go on, so it's not that big of a deal. But look at how good this stuff looks. Morning, welcome back to the channel. This is an exciting one. This is the day the R33 with the HKS crate motor starts for the first time. So since I've been terrible at filming and talking, I want to show the bay. We've got the HKS Tokyo bar. This is the rarest strut bar for the R33-34 in existence, and I was able to pick one up. We've got the HKS R32 airbox, intakes, Nismo pipe, and everything else. But what's important today is we're going to start it for the first time, and we're down to the wire. Larson's currently correcting the roof so he can put all the glass in, then he'll do the rest of the car. This car has to leave in about 5 days to make it to California. And Peter decided now would be a good time to touch something on the intake. What are you doing? Oh, there's no filter. So we're gonna get everything ready, fire her up. Okay, so before we start this, I just want to show exactly the plan. This car has all trim, new glass for the quarter, front and rear trim for the windshields. So the idea here is to get Larson to detail it so it's not up to the trim, it's past the trim. Trim goes on, everything's good. So he's doing the upper part of the car and then working on the trunk so that the glass guy can put the windshield, rear window, all that in. We can put all the trim in, get the mirrors on, do all that fun stuff. And then he can work from this body line basically down without having any issues. The reason to do the trunk is so we can put the wing on. There's a lot of tiny pieces of this car. Side skirt pieces, grill, bumper, the hood lip, the hood, the fenders, the wing. So much. Spats. There's so much to do. So this makes sense because now we'll be able to have the glass guy put it in without fucking us up or fucking him up, and then you can do the rest. Larson made us paint it. What do you think?
Come here, look. So it's just rough cut.
God damn. That's like glass. Very light orange peel left in it. That's good. That's what I wanted. I wanted to keep a little orange peel. I didn't want it to be like, you know, too good, too smooth. It looks sick. It's time, Elon.
It's time.
Wait, what's that noise?
ABS module.
Oh, that's crazy.
You ready?
I'm ready. I think that's not like ignite. There it is.
Purring like a kid.
Kill it. Purring like a something.
Yeah.
Started just idling up on us. What was that, you think?
Could be this.
It's a little tight. Yeah. It runs. Now we got to figure out why it idled up a little bit weird, but besides that, that's exciting. It started third crank. Booth started fourth, so I think we beat him. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. We are here at Garage S0. We got to keep saying it so you guys know. But in light of what's going on with the R33, which looks insane. I mean, we're all queued up, but I'm going to show it for you again. Just covered in this white mung everywhere. Larson has detailed basically the whole top so that the glass can go in. It looks like shit. Just ignore it. It's part of the process. We've pretty much finished the engine bay. A couple little things I'd like to change, but for now we're going to leave until we can do it. These lines, they're never good. It's probably about as good as we're going to get them at this point. But we got a special piece in that I want to show you. And it's from, let's see what country this is from. London. So the drive shaft is out of my car. It's been removed because we got some new boys from our friends at SuperTech. If you know SuperTech, they make, no, along this top edge. All the way down.
That's not the seam.
Yeah, it is. Do it.
You're fucking idiot.
So, SuperTech makes the R35 big brake kit adapters. They make coil pack harnesses. I want to say they were like one of the first to do the R35 coil pack harness. They make a nice fuel pump relay wiring kit for the R33 specifically. They replace... What'd you say, fucking idiot?
I told you.
Yeah, what'd you say, fucking idiot?
Told you.
It's funny you did the seam that I said to do, and now it's open.
No, you said this seam.
Yeah, that's the seam that you... That's the seam, bro. You just had the box spun.
You're nuts.
Yeah, this dude wants to talk shit and then not look dumb on camera afterward. So, SuperTech makes a lot of high-quality shit. One of the best things that I've seen from them is this item right here. And the cool thing about this, handle with care. And keep that motherfucker dry.
Pretty fucking heavy, dude.
Put it down right there.
It's pretty heavy.
Is it? Not.
It's pretty heavy.
That's so sick. It's super light compared to the other one. It's super strong. Careful with that cut. That carbon gets compromised. It's all over. What? You could just cut it in between.
This shit's not even sharp. It's fucking...
That was hard. You're gonna cut me. So, this specific drive shaft, I bought two. One for the R33 GTR, mine. This one is for Getrag 6-speed, which is the R34 trans, into an R33 GTR. That's what this length and everything is. Oh my god. That's insane. That's insane.
That's pretty good.
That quality looks nuts. Look at those ends. This must have been the reason for all the money. You can't just buy those. I never just see those anyway. I shouldn't talk because I've never built a drive shaft, but that I always thought like would be the hard part in building this. So anyway, this second one is for the 400R. As you know, that has a brand new Getrag 6-speed, just like my car, and we wanted to upgrade it. Actually, the 400R from the factory has a carbon drive shaft, I believe. So this is like a way to keep that alive, I would say. Anyway, this piece is so nice. If you have a GTR that you give a fuck about and don't buy this drive shaft, do you really give a fuck about it?
Pockets ain't deep, cuz.
Yeah, but if they were,
It's got their logo.
so sick.
Sick.
It's a really nice piece. You could just tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn. So this is already installed in my car. I wasn't here last night. Alex, Elon stayed very late to do some other stuff and to help Booth and whatnot, and he installed it. So I wanted to show you the other one when I still could. You guys want to see something disgusting? One, the engine's coming out of the 33. Two, the $30,000 hood has been fucking violated by your boy here. This is terrifying.
Spread cocaine all over it.
Oh yeah. So he's doing some shit where he makes it look better. Right?
We're trying.
That's it. Engine's got to come out. We got a leaky coolant fitting. We're all stoked about that. Right, Darius?
Yep.
We're all stoked about that. So beautiful engine, put in. Got to come out. It happens occasionally. Explain that a little deeper for you. What happens is when we zinc stuff, occasionally it, what would you say happens when we zinc stuff that makes like the flange is untrue? I mean, it's like the mating surfaces.
Yeah, it's just the mating surface isn't completely felt out.
Yeah, so the crush washers crushed and they didn't seal. So we have to take that off, clean it up, do whatever we got to do, put the engine back in. And it's the worst bolt in the whole car. So we're going to have to find a process to eliminate that. But for now, got to do it the old-fashioned way. Engine should be out in about an hour and a half from where we're at. And then back in by end of day, running, driving, cut, buffed, sealed, coated.
Hell yeah.
All done. Good morning. I'm doing a terrible job ending videos. I'm kind of starting every video the same way. But good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It is Thursday. On Tuesday, the cars are leaving for ours day, and we have a problem. We got no engines, Lance.
Oh, man, I'll tell you. Don't call me Lance.
So we've got a bunch of parts out of the car. We've got a hood that looks like Al Pacino was hanging with it a little bit, you know?
You know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
If you get it, you get it. We got a bunch of parts all over. The shop's a mess. We've been going hard, and the engine's about to come out of the 33. Why, you ask? Did you ask that? Did you ask why? I'll tell you.
Why? Why?
Because we have one tiny fitting underneath the turbo that is leaking coolant.
That you can't get to.
And we've used all kinds of, we custom built tools.
Science is still
We've
trying
done
to prove its existence.
All types of shit to fix it. We can't do it. Engine's gonna come out. It's easier. Take the engine out, pull the manifold off, fix it, pressure test it, put it back in, put the car back together by the end of today, so that we can get some time on it before it rolls into the trailer Tuesday. So it's about to come out. It's down about 4 inches from this point, and
Did you show these parts?
yeah, I've showed them.
This is crazy. I'm like obsessed with this.
You're obsessed,
I'm
huh?
obsessed with this. With what you've done, especially because of how well it matches now.
It didn't match. I don't know
match.
if the camera, if we ever showed it, but none of that stuff matched. But now it kind of
It's
does.
perfect.
It's perfect.
Like to the eye, I can't even tell any difference.
And we've got HKS, Nismo, different HKS. These were like gold, like had like a goldish brown.
Can you put that Street Fighter? Perfect.
Perfect. It's 10 o'clock at night. The engine's in. I don't know what time it is, but the engine's back in, getting plumbed. We're doing everything underneath. We installed the side skirts. You can't really tell. I've been cleaning things off the car. I want to show you something sick, though. We've got the Nismo LMGT4s. I almost ripped your fucking finger off doing that. With the Nismo fucking tire cap. Nismo lug nuts. This thing goes hard. I'll show you the hood, though. The hood is fucking pretty beautiful. It's got some shit on it, but it looks great. All right, boys. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I don't know where we left off, but I will say right now this is living proof, living reason why the channel name changed from Tommy Fyeah to Garage S0. Last night, I left around 9:30. I had to go home. I had a bunch of shit to do for Montreal, and Alex isn't going. So our boy Alex stayed till 4 a.m. and got this back to the exact position it was in before we had the leaky coolant thing. So, shout out to Alex. Shout out to all the boys. Peter stayed late. We all left here at like 9:30 last night, and Alex stayed all night, pretty much. So I doubt he'll be coming in anytime soon this morning. But not too much left. I've got new side markers. I've got new bumper lights. I've got all the trim is in except for the belt moldings and the mirrors because we're waiting on this piece of trim. This piece of trim is no longer available. I have B pillars. I'm waiting for the clips. They show up from Tom Hesser today. So that will go in. So clips, B pillars, belt moldings. Still a lot to do. It's probably a good between, let's just say one person, 15 to 20 hours. 3-4 people will do it in a day.
Am I busy? Wrong ones.
Woo!
Sound like you broke it.
Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to show you the R33. I was at the LG World Tour. Peter came in, assembled the body, and goddamn, it looks so good. So here she is. You want to close that hood a little? Get the vibes. So you don't have to latch it. It's fine. We've got the 400R hood on finally. You can barely see it on camera, but it's on. New hood lip, new bumper lights, brand new grill with a gold emblem. Goes so fucking hard. Oh. So engine bay's dialed. Everything's good there. Haven't driven it yet, and the guys are trying to leave in
2 hours?
5 hours, 4 hours. Pray for me. We've got to put the gold fender badges, the gold trunk badge, side markers, and we're good to go. One of the least important, most important parts of the car is the N1 hood lip. 400Rs have it. My car has holes for it because we drilled it, but I don't have it yet. So all we had to do was take the little plastic washers and put them on the chassis first because lining them up sucks.
This one's got a little
He's up on the fucking tire machine.
Miley Cyrus over there.
Alright, ready?
Bust in it.
Ready? Because we all are.
Ain't ready.
All of us watching.
Dang, boy.
You touch it? Tape touch?
Tape touch.
It's forever now.
Forever and ever.
Alright. So,
We do the hardware.
oh, that built by Legends carbon prop rod. So here's the bay for the boys. We've got all the matte carbon. We've got all the purple. We've got all the everything. The only thing we're missing now is the Garage Defend cooling panel, which we can put on in a minute. Some corner lights and emblems. Oh, this thing with all new trim. It's crazy. I like how these don't match at all.
Right?
So goofy. Nissan. What do you think, Larson? You're that guy.
More junk.
More junk. Always happens. I start fucking sucking at filmings for trying to get this thing ready. But it's very close now. The hood is final assembled with the carbon. And then it looks like there's some compound on the edge. And then we got to pull this. But look how dusty the car is already.
Just from breathing on it.
Just from breathing. So we've got the wing blade on. We've got the carbon exhaust shield on, which looks, I don't know if you guys can see that. Looks cool, looks decent. So carbon, front bumper carbon. We've got to put the rear strut bar like brace in. I got my wiperless glass. I do have a wiperless rear cover, but it's not cut for the strut bar yet, so we didn't run it. Adjusting the clutch pedal. Corner lights, gold badges on, fenders, and hood and trunk. God damn, that one's the best. Take a look at that. So as soon as you finish adjusting that clutch, I get to pull it outside for its first drive. We haven't even moved it, like we pushed it from the lift. So Car's got to leave now, and it's going to be its first drive in a second. We got some rubbish. God damn. She works. Shit. Well, there it is. We've got a couple things to do when we get to California to the car. We've got to toe plate it. We've got to shoe base timing. We've got to calibrate the TPS, and we've got to tune it. We're flying Jack out, flying Larson out to be able to detail it, get it good, and then we should have a good weekend. We'll see. I'm not planning on being able to absolutely hammer on the car, but possibly. And one more time, let's go over the car that we added on, the parts that we've added on that you haven't seen. We've got the 400R bumper duct in carbon. You guys didn't see that get installed. We've got the gold badges. We've got the 400R hood, 400R bumper, brand new Series 3 lip, gold badge, 400R hood. The Gannon doors are on. We've got the Nismo B-pillar covers on. We've got the GTR end plates, the Nismo dual blade wing. Got the carbon exhaust surround with my HKS titanium exhaust, gold badge. This thing is just, in my opinion, perfect. This is how I've always dreamt this car would look, and it's there now. It looks fucking killer. Peter killed it on the paint. The boys killed it getting it together in time for ours day, which was never planned. But now we got to put in the trailer. It's about 6 a.m. and they've got to hit the road. And we've got to thank Central Jersey Trailer Rental for allowing us to rent this for as long as we'll be renting it. If you're interested in renting a trailer like the one seen here, there you go. Don't sleep on that. Not often can you get a 36-foot enclosed the drop of a hat. So anyway, let's load it up, get it the hell to the West Coast. Oh, and we can't forget about those HKS brakes chilling back there. As before I left, I haven't done an interior check. So we've got the 400R wheel, a little crooked. The HKS mats, I just threw these in there for now. The the R34 seats, got that Nismo shift knob, Nismo triple meter, Nismo cluster, if you could see that. We got to install the rear strut tower bar. The plates are in there. And then I'll show you the bay in the daylight, which it's just different than in the shop. We still have to get these two caps, which are easy. Ah, that's fucking hot. Easy to get. That's about it. I'm just going over everything before they strap it because I want to make sure we have everything. The only thing I currently don't like, and I'll put this in the comments for you guys, is the way this is routed. There's a lot of shit in there. That will be changed when we get back, or it'll be dialed and finalized. It works for now. It's safe for now. This is really important to have. So as much as that's ugly, I think it's fine for the time being, and we'll keep dialing that, and I'll come up with a better solution. But for now, it's pretty clean. Normally I would want these like this, and I would do that all the way, but it actually puts pressure on the throttle cable that we don't want, so we have it spun like that. I put the VCAM Pro badge on there. I've got the HKS coil cover on there. It's just so good. It's so good. The trailer left. Everything basically went according to plan, and it's the day I fly to California today, Thursday. Get there late tonight. Have some stuff to do tomorrow. Have some stuff to do Saturday. The event is Sunday. We get to see TJ Hunt with the R34 we built here. We get to see Adam LZ. We shipped his car out, so we get to see his 32 do what it does. And it should be a fun event. So I hope you saw enough. Stay tuned for the next video, which will be for Mars Day. And we'll We'll go over a couple things that I didn't put into this video because of time and all kinds of other stuff. It was a long one. If you made it to the end of this video, we're gonna have you say strawberry in the comments. The reason we're gonna do that is because this was almost an hour long, and I wanna see how many of you guys actually made it to the end. If you made it to the end, just do the comment, strawberry. I'm really curious who can sit through a 50-something minute video. Anyway, it was a success. Can't wait to see the car over there. Kind of like last time. Unfortunately, it'll be like more break-in and all that stuff, and the car is actually getting PPF'd in Southern California, so it won't be back for a little bit, which is okay. I've got plenty of other cars to mess with. But the last video on the 33 will be when I'm in California showing you guys it. So get excited, stay tuned. Thanks for watching the long one. Don't forget to say strawberry. See you guys next time. We are jumping into the next giveaway car, and it's a banger. Bye.